king, a tidal wave. Essence perfect, life looks brilliant. Give me more of this. I'm out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You're burying me, burying me. Yeah, you're burying me, burying me. You've got me hypnotized. Push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. I can see, I can hear, going crazy by the light. It's got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. And get you out of my hand again. Is it wrong? Is it right? It's like I've won my final war without a fight. I'm out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You bury me, bury me. I know you bury me, bury me. You've got me hypnotized. Push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized.
Please note.
Never gonna stop, never gonna change, never gonna do the things you say. I run my own way to get there. Things are calling and the eyes seem to care. In the air, no more crowd, just the opposite kind of few clouds. Don't tell me this time is coming for the sake of all your lies. Why don't you try to be why? Now that I need you anyway.
I never wanted to be alive, just to feel like I'm fading. And though my heart breaks a beat and down, I cross the land just to tell you, don't lead the way, don't leave a sign. Then I try with a child's play.
Ready to fight, ready to go, that's my final word. Taking chances, a gift I just can't want. Pulling a game, pushing my brain with the candlelight. I catch my breath and let it burn, 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 burn. Burn the pain, burn the lies, burn the fear inside myself. And burn it all again, it's the right time to escape this cage. I've been looking for so long, is that where I belong? Let it burn, burn, burn into the ground.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Japanese Wrestling Update. I am your co-host, 2/3 Andre C, and joining me here every week, it's the epic, the wonderful Princess Melball. How you doing, Melball?
I'm doing great, Andre. It's been a crazy week over here, though. Dealing with some seasonal allergies. It's just been whipping me on my butt. Had an allergic reaction to something earlier in the week, too, that just drained me. So I'm just like, ugh, idle. Forward to what we're doing right now, though, which is going to be at LPW watching some Love Pro Wrestling, watching Blake Christian. I figured out his name finally.
All heat, baby!
Yes, real quick before we keep going, are we missing a ticker?
Yeah. I'm bad at this. I'm not
Hey,
good at
that's
my job.
what I'm here
This is
for, right?
pre-recorded. We are not live on the air this week. And to those that's an A+, we're never live on the air over at A+, because that show will be it comes out in audio form after the fact. But yeah, we're if you're watching this live on the Twitch or the YouTube over at OLE, we're at LPW watching Blake Christian. Alley Catch is in town. She was actually, as we record this on Thursday evening, she is in Winnipeg for Winnipeg Pro Wrestling, trying to beat Ava Lawless to become the new women's champion there for the vacant title. So
Interesting. I eagerly await the results of that.
me too.
Didn't even know that was a thing. I just knew about Wrestling United down there, but that's also not my neck of the woods. So
I
you
only
know what's
know
going on
because
here.
I only know because I listened to Love Wrestling interview with her from a couple days ago that they put out, and they were
Cool.
like they were interviewing about coming this week, but they were also talking about her appearance at Winnipeg or Winnipeg Pro Wrestling. I think it's Winnipeg Pro Wrestling. I don't know, one of the companies there. I think it's Winnipeg Pro Wrestling. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Very cool. I really like that Love Wrestling and Love Pro Wrestling have that little kind of camaraderie there where they get some advertisement for their people before their shows.
Hmm. I always appreciate a company that can sell me on why I should be going to see a show.
Absolutely. Before we get too far into this, Ben, too far in length, how are you doing today, my friend?
Doing pretty good. I've been working. Tired but working. Yeah, just tired and working. It's pretty much how it is. Dealing with a couple issues in my personal life, but there's stuff that cannot be controlled, and just worrying about other people. So that's pretty much it. That's my life right now. My life right now.
That's pretty much adulting, though, isn't it? Eat, sleep, worry about other people, repeat.
Uh,
Let's get into the news that we have for this week, though, my friend. I'm excited to see what you have on the docket for me. You didn't let me know, so this is going to be
Oh
like
yeah, I
exciting.
forgot to send. I forgot. I never. I usually send Mel a list of topics that we're going to be talking about every week. I didn't this week because I'm bad at my job. So
It's just going to be a happy little surprise. We're going to get 100% reaction on Melball. We'll just see how much she chooses to contain herself and her excitement, depending on the news.
sure, sure. Uh,
That concerns me.
sure. All right, let's get it. We're gonna get it off over in Stardom. We're getting big news coming out of Stardom because their Goddess Stardom Tag League starts on the 26th, which is, as you're watching this, a day away. As we record this, 2 days away. So we're gonna talk about the blocks and these blocks. And the best thing I thought about the best of Super Juniors this year, there's only 6 teams per block. And I was like, yes, this sounds good. 12 total teams, 6 per block, only 3 tournament matches per night. I can make this work. Even on a double dose night, it's only 6 matches. So I'm like, I can make this work. Yeah, not so much with Stardom. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 teams per block, which means 8 tournament matches. But knowing Stardom, they're not going to have it all sitting on the proper nights, and we'll talk about it because two of the people in this tournament are going to be in North America. They're on a weekend where when there's wrestling going on for the Goddess Stardom Tag League. So yeah, it's gonna be. We'll talk about that when we get to it. But yeah, it's interesting. So we're gonna kick out the red block and ask who's our pick from each block. It kicks off. It's Hate.
Hey.
Hate. Yeah, Melball's favorite. It's the haters.
And what a combination, though. Like you got the striking and power specialist in Konami, and then you have that aerial technician in Saya Kamitani. You literally have every base covered
Mm-hmm.
in what you could face in this company.
Yeah,
Tremendous.
and then another team. It's O2 Line, Azumi and Miyu
Yeah,
Amasaki. This is no surprise. I think this is their 4th year in a row entering as a team. So I'm not surprised. I'm really not to see these two together.
nostalgic. I love it.
Yeah. And then we have from Hate. It's BMI 2000 reuniting. It's Natsuko Tora and Ruaka coming back as BMI 2000, and yeah, they're gonna wreck some shit in this one, I think.
Lord have mercy on this division.
Oh
Because
yeah.
if I'm Natsuko Tora, I'm pissed. What better way to take out my frustrations than in the Goddess of Stardom tournament? Remember the warpath that she went on during the Cinderella tournament when she was
Oh
pissed
god,
off?
dude, she murdered a girl so
Oof.
bad she got kicked out of the tournament.
Yeah, like we should be concerned setting loose the what is she calling herself? The intelligent monster onto this
Yep.
division.
Mhm.
Have mercy on your souls.
Have mercy on your souls. From God's Eye, we got Anacon, or Anacon, what Anecon, Anacon, Siri, and Saki Kashima. Again, no surprise on this team in this tournament. I knew this team was coming in this tournament at some point.
100%, 100%. So Shuri is especially relying a lot on Saki the last little bit with Ami out on injury. The team is kind of squandering a little bit. So this it's going to be interesting to see the tournament that these two have. I mean, I don't know about you, man, but I'm suspecting Shuri is going to be doing a lot of the heavy lifting, and Saki is going to be doing a lot of crawling.
Yeah, I think so. Then we got from Empress Nexus Venus, we got Micah and Hanako teaming up this year. The power,
Ooh.
the size, this is going to be a dominant. I think this is going to be a sneakily dominant team in the Red Goddess block.
Oh, that makes me so sad. You know what I see in this picture?
What's that?
My Hemi.
Oh, dude, it literally is my Hemi, but with Hanako instead. It's my Hani. It's my Hani.
Mayako?
Mayako, my Hana, my Hana, my Hana, it's my Hana.
Hanamai.
No, my Hana, because it just literally you took the first four letters of
Oh.
Hemika, so it's my Hana. It's my Hana now.
Adorable. Adorable.
Oh, get ready for us to talk about this faction a little more in the blue block, and you'll see how I'm feeling. Another team in the red block, it's Patriarch, Mayu Iwatani, and Momo Kogo teaming up once again for the Goddess Tag League this year. I think they did it. I think they were. Was it last year or the year before they were teamed? It was the year before, because I think Momo was out last year.
I was gonna
But they
say, I
have teamed
feel
together.
like Momo wasn't around a lot last year because she was filming some stuff.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago, or for our first Goddess League that we covered.
I
Patriarch was
think
part
so,
of it.
yeah.
Yeah. And then from Cosmic Angels, okay, Tam Nakano and Sayaka Kurara.
I just okay.
I honestly expected Kurara and Sakura to be together. Like, yeah.
If I'm not, I have to double check at some point. But I did say that Sakura is actually teaming with somebody else, not in her faction, to take on somebody else for tag team titles.
Yeah,
So,
but that's New Blood, not Stag League.
oh, okay, that was it. Well, still, continuity goes a long way. You have to keep your team with your team. Kind of makes sense to me. But that being said, yeah, this is an odd combination. And it's very interesting because whenever I see these like captain kind of people teamed with someone who's no offense to them, but considered, the lower person on the team or the person who is taking the falls, it almost is like to kind of seem like there's a massive imbalance in power and ability, which kind of, for lack of a better way of explaining it, takes the captain kind of person away from the top spot. Does that make sense? Do you understand what I'm trying to say here? It's almost like they're
I
put
very much
on them
do.
as an anchor to stop them from reaching too high, enabling other teams who are maybe not considered the captain levels to be able to capitalize on this kind of tournament style. So it will be interesting to see how Kurara impacts Tam Nakano in this. Because I'm very on the fence with Tam Nakano right now, and I think you agree with me. She is the, what do we call her? The what
Undeserving
champion?
champion.
That's the one. Because yeah, just not a lot of this makes sense how she got this title. So I would like to see somebody else get a highlight in the company in this particular tournament besides her.
Yeah. And then we've got Young God's Eye, Tomoka Tomoka Inaba and Arana Yamagi teaming up. It's God's Eye's going to kick you in the face team is what this is right here.
Right. Like this is team teeth down your throat. I'm excited for this. This will be a nice little learning experience for the two of them. And both of them are very, very, very natural talents in the ring for how young they are and how fresh they are, well, especially Rana in her career. Just so much experience already and just better and better progression every time I see both of them. This will be a great combo.
Well, 2 years ago, I think the first tag that you and me covered, it was Inaba and Suri were a tag team.
Mhm.
Like, and so
You're
like,
all correct.
yeah. So it's just to see her now working with Rana, I think is awesome. And then the
Mhm.
final team in the Red Goddess block, it's FWC Fukuoka Double Crazy Hazuki and Koguma. They're teaming up here. This is no surprise. These two are just delightful together.
Mhm.
And it's been interesting to see what Hazuki's been doing with her new angrier version of herself, and Koguma kind of playing the innocent little friend to it all.
Yeah, I wonder how much that's how much longer that's gonna go, how well that's gonna be, because they are gonna be facing each other in that fatal four-way.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll
We'll
have to
talk
see
about
how
that.
that goes.
Yeah.
Yes, I didn't want to give too much away.
So, of the Red Goddess block, you have Konami and Sai Kamitani. You have Ochu line Azumi and Miyu Amasaki. You have BMI 2000. You have Anacon, which is Suri and Takeshima. EXV's Mike and Hanako. You have Mayu Itani and Momokogo. You have Tam Nakano and Sayaka Kurara. You have Tomoaki Naba and Rana Yamagi. And you have the FWC, which is Hazuki and Koguma. Who's your pick in the Red Goddess block? And if you want me to give you mine, I can give you mine first.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I again. It's gonna sound odd, but I'm going Anacon. I'm thinking Sirius Akashima because just the story they've been telling. I think they're gonna get their. I have a feeling they might be winning this tournament.
Yeah, there's a very interesting story to tell him there with the, betrayal of Saki Kashima being kicked out of Oedo Tai. There's always been a constant battle there. We got two former faction Oedo Tai groups in hate in this block with them. So there's a big potential for them to kind of get worked over in this, especially with one of those people being Konami, who did not particularly like Kashima and who has that no pun intended hate relationship with Shuri. So that it's a good choice. It's a good choice, and they could tell a really really good story with that.
My
Um,
heart wants Micah and Hanako. My head says and says Anacon. So I'm going with Anacon.
I was gonna say Michael and Hannah. Yeah, Michael and Micah. Micah and Hanako, combining the two there, would be my second choice for sure. But my choice is actually right now for Red Block is Konami and Saya Kamitani. Just because there's a really interesting story to tell there with the double betrayal. Konami of God's Eye, which, as mentioned, Shuri is in this block. So seeing those two kind of meet up would be for an interesting story. But then also Micah was betrayed by Saya Kamitani. So, there's and Micah also in this block. There's an interesting multi-branched story they could tell there if they have the right people, not Tony Khan's, on the
Hmm.
on the card helping write it.
So this is the breakdown of the tournament. The top three teams go into a playoff, and then you face off to get to the eighth. I'm just saying that my pick of Anacon is the red block person team in the finals. That's my pick. Is Anacon going
That's
to
your
the
go
finals?
through,
That's
essentially.
my team. I don't care if they're first, second, or third. They're going to be in the finals. That's my
Okay.
pick. That's who I'm picking because again,
Okay.
it's a tournament bracket. But that's my and I
Your
I
red one.
assume that's who you're kind of picking the way you're picking because
Yes.
I wanted to clarify
Yeah.
that if anybody's
Mhm,
wondering.
The
So
red one.
yeah,
Red
so
one.
that's my pick in the red block. So to the blue goddess block, we
Mm.
kick it off with Hate, Momo Watanabe, and
Ooh.
Tekla. Again, the current goddess of Stardom tag team champions. Again, I think they're a strong contender in this year's tournament.
Mhm. Oh gosh, 100%. I mean, they won the titles for a reason.
Mhm.
Heck yeah. Well, they because Konami turned on.
Heck
But
yeah.
but technicalities aside, we know how dangerous Momo Watanabe is. We know how dangerous Tekla is, and especially with that Bullet Club War Dog connection that she's kind of established there. This team has elevated itself to a level of danger, Will Robinson, danger that this company needs to start really taking notice of.
Yep. Then you have the team of a restart from Cosmic Angels, Natsupoi and Sayori Anu.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh yes.
Yeah, even the dog side under the chair on that one, and he's not even seeing what's happening.
And then we have from Neo Genesis, Starlight Kid and Suzu Suzuki. Not the team I thought, not the partner I thought Suzu Suzuki was going to have in this tournament.
No, not me neither.
I was thinking
However,
Crazy Star. I was thinking we were getting Crazy Star, but nope.
yes, same. But we know May is crazy in her own little respect, but in regards to aerial kind of stuff, she is very reserved in comparison to Starlight Kid. Um, I think that with Suzu and Starlight Kid's creative, like combined creativity, they're probably gonna come up with some really cool shit.
Mm-hmm. I can see it. Then
Mhm.
the former New Blood Tag Team Champions, Hanan and Saida Wingari is back. Let's go.
Let's see if that intensity and that savagery from Hinan has stuck around since we saw her last.
Mhm. I want to
Mm.
see it. I love this team. And then the Neo Genesis slash non Neo Genesis, but Neo Genesis affiliated Mei Shira teaming up with Kohanu.
Oh, well, that'll be an interesting combo.
Mm-hmm. Kohanu's
I
got
feel like
power,
that'll be.
and Kohanu's the power, and Mei Shira's the flippy flippy.
I was gonna say that's very kind of almost like she just switched out Suzu for her.
Mm-hmm. I honestly, I think not. This is no slam to Susan, but she kind of upgraded in power department going with Kohanu here.
I guess we'll have to see how they work together before. I mean, for me personally, before I can make that kind of judgment, because Crazy Star was a pretty solid,
Oh, 100%.
well-oiled machine.
Mm-hmm.
And we have seen these girls all work together in a big faction kind of multi-person capacity. So yeah, I'll have to see how they kind of go together, like the two of them. But yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. You know, I'm a big Suzu fan.
Yeah. And the final team from Cosmic Angels, it's Yuna Mizumori and Aya Sakura.
Okay, well that's where she ended up going.
I just really thought we were going to get Yuna. I was thinking Yuna and Tam and Aya and Sayaka. That's what I was thinking, but what do I
Yeah,
know?
but then you know that Tam and Yuna would do very, very well because why wouldn't they? That would be a solid tag team.
Wouldn't you want
Like
that?
I
See,
said,
win.
yeah, but like I said, you have to sometimes tone down the captains a little bit. I mean, can't have them winning everything. It'll make them look hella suspicious.
Win everything. Take all the belts, Cosmic Angels, and then I'll just quit watching Stardom.
I was gonna say that's not gonna go well. That's not gonna go well at all.
Then from Hate, we have the New Blood Tag Team Champions. It's Irina and Azusa and Naba.
Gosh, these girls have been tearing it up. I love
I just love the
I
thumbs
love
down from
them.
Inaba.
And she's so like deadpan about it too. She's very like Jenna Ortega in
Mm,
her mannerisms when she's around the ring. So she's just sitting there like RBFing it up, just love it.
yeah. Then from God's Eye, Not surprised with this team. Hina and Lady C. Again, they've been
Oh.
They've been teaming together for the last little while. So again, not surprised with the team here.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that Ami is out because I would have loved to see the towers back.
Me too.
Yeah, that'll be a good combo though, and a good way for the two of them to continue that, chemistry and build within the faction. Trying to remember whose faction they're on now.
God's Eye.
Okay, God's Eye.
I said that.
God's Eye,
I
yeah.
just said that too.
Yeah, I know. That's it. I know.
And then
Sometimes I instantaneously forget because that faction right now it's a little broken.
the final team in the Blue Goddess block, and the one that I'm going, what? No. Empress Nexus Venus, Waka Tsukiyama, and Rian.
Could they
I
not
love
get
this
Xena
team.
for this tour?
We're going to talk about that.
Oh no. You know what though? At least they're in the blue block. Could you imagine? They just have to contend with Momo. The only true danger to them in this block is Momo. Konami and
Suzu, Rina
Suzu thinks of the children.
and Azusa are kind of mean. So
I mean, yeah, Mean Girls Club, but like Waka turns it up when she needs to against Rina in the past, though. She can contend with Rina. Inaba might be a little problem. But at least they don't have to deal with Konami or Natsuko Tora or Shuri
And the one thing I'm going to say is
or
Rina better
Micah.
be when they lose, Rina better be taking all the goddamn pinfalls.
Her name is
Rian. Rian better be taking all the goddamn pinfalls.
You are going to struggle so much in this block because both Rina
It's the exact
and
same
Rian.
name. It's the same name with 2 letters switched. That's why it makes me.
To a dyslexic like us, they're both the same name.
So, to the blue block, you have Momo and Thekla. You have Natsupoi and Seriana. You have Starlight Kid and Suzuki. You have Hanan and Saida. You have Mei, Sarah, and Kohanu. You have Yuna Mizumori and Aya Sakura. You have Rina and Azusa Inaba. You have Hina and Lady C. And you have Waka and Rian. Who's your blue block pick? I'll give mine as I'm already ready to go. Neo Genesis, Starlight Kid, and Suzuki is going to the finals to face off against Anakin.
That's actually who I was going to go with because as much as I love Thekla and Momo, I feel like having a hate versus hate final would not be intelligent. It wouldn't be a good story to tell either because there's nothing to tell there. Especially with they just started the faction. You don't want the finals to be them getting pissy with each other. Like leave them alone for a little bit.
Okay. So your finals is Konami and Saya Kamitani versus Starlight Kid and Suzuki. Who's your winner in there? Because the winner will face Momo and Thekla.
I think you know where I'm going with this one.
It's an all hate Dream Queendom?
No. It's gonna be Neo Genesis. It's gonna be Suzu and Starlight Kid.
All right. So you have Neo Genesis winning the Goddess League. So I have Anacon versus Neo Genesis, and I'm going with Anacon to win because they're going to get their shot at Dream Queendom, and those two are finally going to pull off winning those titles at Dream Queendom.
Interesting. Bunch of fun stories that could be told in both of those. Okada.
But yeah, really from the entire roster, there's 3 people missing. It's Ami Saray, but she is out injured, so there's no surprise she's out. But then you have Xena and Mina Shirakawa out. The Mina absence isn't surprising because she missed the not Cinderella, the 5-star this year due to going to work in the U.S. And I feel like she's going to be doing the same thing. I think she's going to be in the U.S. working for AJPW a bunch over the next couple of months. So that's where she's out. I just feel like it should have been Xena with Waka, not on, but whatever.
I agree. I wonder if it was maybe just a visa issue that they couldn't get her over there for another however long the tournament is. Um, it's unfortunate because again, I would have also liked to see Xena in that, especially because this last run with her has been so good. She's been showing off that new skill set where she's kind of incorporated that lucha kind of style in with her power. Holy crap, it's been really, really cool to watch. So I'm hoping that maybe she'll be back after the tournament.
Let's hope.
But yeah. But again, the Mina thing makes sense to me, yeah.
Yep. So, and from Stardom, we're gonna talk some Stardom New Japan crossover, some historic X over, baby. For historic X over 2, we're getting Taichi and Natsupoi versus Tekla and Clark Connors. Let's go!
This is gonna be sick. Gonna be sick because we obviously know if you watch Stardom that Clark Connors has no problem spearing the boots off of Natsupoi.
Yep.
And we know from Tai Chi, his past, that he's going to have no problem trying to knock the face off Dekla. So this is going to be just, I think, a really fun match of the guys just trying to tear each other apart and the girls just going nuts. And the guys having to try to separate them and shit. This is going to be a glorious chaos match, and I'm so looking forward to it.
All the glorious chaos. All the chaos.
All the chaos.
All the chaoses. Like all the falls, but all the chaoses. The chaoses. So we're gonna jump over all the chaoses. Oh, I feel so dumb right now for saying that. Why did I say chaoses? I feel so stupid.
The more you say it, the more I hear she. Kyoshis.
Let's talk about Hiroshi Tanahashi. Mel's favorite person to talk about. He held a press conference this past week and talked about his retirement and just generally talking about retiring. Then he's looking back on his career, really enjoying it. And he's talking about, they asked about final opponents, and he said, "There's people I want to wrestle, and probably have other people have ideas of their own. But for right now, I absolutely have to beat Evil. All year, there's been nothing but interference and cheating with him. So I want to teach him a lesson in a big spot. The Tokyo Dome would be a good way to start 2025. We're getting Evil versus Tana at the Dome. On potential championship match, or let's talk about the Evil versus him at the Dome first. What's your thoughts? You seem so happy about it.
You know, I've said it before. I've said it so many times. In fact, I'm pretty sure I say it every time a House of Torture person is on screen. Individually, all these guys are amazing freaking wrestlers. Even Yujiro Takahashi, despite Andre's criticisms. He's got a good fisherman hook suplex. Anyway.
One thing does not make you a good wrestler. Steven Styles can do a good suplex. I never said he was a good wrestler. Same thing goes for Yujiro Takahashi. He used to be a good wrestler. He's no good now. One good move does not make you a good wrestler. Otherwise, I'd be a good wrestler. Technically, I could probably be a good wrestler by learning one move. If I learn one move really well, then I'd be a good wrestler, and I'm not. I never will be.
I will give you this. The one thing I will say about Yujiro Takahashi that I don't like is his false advertisement. You're the Tokyo Pimp. Where's your hose?
House of
Yeah.
Torture. They're his hoes. They're his man hoes.
Anyway,
He's just out there
um,
selling show in between. He's selling show off the side of the road between shows. That's how they get. That's how they make their money to get from show to show.
oh, this sounds like some Diddy shit. Anyway, um, yeah, I'm not particularly excited about this, partially because I actually enjoy Evil's matches when he has no interference, which is like never now. But there was a time back in the day, and like us all those back when my back didn't hurt and my knees didn't ache every time it was about to rain. When Evil was actually a very, very exciting wrestler to see in that ring. And I think he's still that guy. In wrestling wise, just the character stinks. And the
TU.
character is, yeah, can smell it all the way over here. And as much as I hate on Tana, I feel like Tana deserves better
Yeah.
than that, especially at the Dome, and especially if it's his second last show at the Dome.
Mm,
Don't taint it with Evil's
yeah.
taint.
There's a few more things he did say though. On potential championship matches, he said myself, Yano, and Bolton are still the never 6-man champions, and we have talked about defending those titles as I continue my retirement road. So I don't see him dropping them for another year. On the potential matches with wrestlers from other companies, a lot of wrestlers over the world have said they want to wrestle me. I will be facing Ichikawa in Dragon Gate, for example, and I want to do as much as I can. So yeah. Anything on that one?
Doing more than most. Go on with your bad self there, Tana.
And then they asked, what about a potentially facing Katsuyori Shibata or Shinsuke Nakamura? And he said, the rivals I came up with, there are a lot of hurdles to overcome with those people, but we'll see. To the hurdle he's talking about with Nakamura, the fact that he works for WWE, so trying to make that get him over there, being that they seem to be partnered with Noah. I feel like if Tanahashi and Nakamura wanted this match bad enough, Triple H will let him do it.
Absolutely.
The Shibata thing is after that Wrestle Kingdom thing with Ren Narita, and you never saw Shibata enter a New Japan ring since, when he was supposed to just do that grappling exhibition and then decided to have a full match. Japan doesn't like the New Japan office didn't like him after that, and that's why you never saw him return again. And that's why he was ousted from the dojo. That's what it's part of the reason, anyways. Yeah.
So politics, essentially.
Yeah. So I would love to see both those matches over the next year. I would love for Shinsuke to be the final match. Because outside of Okada, it's Shinsuke.
Also, if they really wanted to make Shibata work, they could also do it in AEW. There's no reason that needs to happen in New Japan either. And Tana has been featured on AEW, as has Shibata, as we saw in that. What was that match that he had? Jack Perry. What an odd match. Anyway, yeah, I feel like there's if we want to see Shinsuke Nakamura, and I think that Tana could absolutely get in touch with Noah's offices and have Noah would probably be more than happy to have Tanahashi wrestle Shinsuke Nakamura. That'd be an incredible marketing opportunity for them. And as well as WWE, they've been doing a lot over in Japan recently. And then in regards to Shibata, again, as I mentioned, they really want to do it. They could get him on AEW. They could get him on Ring of Honor. They could do, they don't have to bring Shibata over to Japan. Whether the guys in the Japanese office like him or not, maybe the ones in the American office have no problem with him and they can get him on a strong show.
Again, this is stuff I've heard news reports and everything. Again, none of it I don't
Mhm.
know for sure. I haven't talked to anybody, so I don't know. Even though I'm trying to find somebody to get in contact with New Japan to see if we can get some media privileges for that New Japan Strong show in Lowell. But
Oh, I don't know how they do that.
oh,
No, who might know? Kimmy
I've
might
got
know.
that you may think of Kimmy. But yeah, we got feelers out to some people that might have information to get us there. But to that point, Tanahashi talked about other things about the retirement. He said, on single championship matches on the retirement road, I thought long about how I want to retire. I've only challenged for the IWGP World Heavyweight title once, and I lost. He's talking about the new big belt.
Hmm.
I never held that belt, so I do want to try again and wear that title. That might make my retirement situation pretty tough, but that's my ideal. God, no.
Yeah, I have to concur. I would rather you not. You've already held the title. You've held it long enough. You didn't just because you haven't held that variation of it. It's good. You're fine. Um, just because it's there doesn't mean we have to have it. You know. Um, yeah. Would I be mad about seeing him and Zack Sabre Jr. wrestle again for it? No.
No, not at all. I think
Would I be mad if he won? Yes.
that's what would piss me off if he beats Sabre. Because Sabre needs to hold this title for a nice long while and drop it
Mhm.
to the next face of this company, Ryohei Oiwa. Or,
After he's
or,
beaten Okada Kazuchika's reign.
or Yuya Uemura. Those two men are going to lead this company. Either Yuya Uemura or Oiwa are going to lead this company into the future. And I used to, I had it. You gotta remember, I used to hate Uemura for the longest time. I came around on him recently, so
I mean, I think he's a great wrestler, but I don't think he's a championship level person wrestler yet.
he will. He will
He's
be by the
got
time Sabre needs to drop it. And then finally, Evil did
mm,
come out to confront Hiroshi Tanahashi. And he said, you come up here with your fancy press conference. But like I said in Ryogoku, when you jump when I say jump, this is my company. He is the self-proclaimed president of New Japan. You retire when I say you retire. January 4th, 2025 will be your last match when I end you. And Tanahashi did respond with, beating Evil in the Tokyo Dome will be the best start to 2025 and the best start to my retirement road.
Here's the other point. Tanahashi is the president. Why couldn't he just tell the office to blow it out their booty holes? He wants Shibata.
Again, I don't know. It's all politics. Remember, he's not even. I don't. It's all politics. Remember, so
Blow those booty holes.
that sounds so dirty. And then Yuto Nakashima did make a comment about wanting to face Tanahashi during this retirement run, wanting to return from his excursion. He says,
Ooh.
time is limited, but nothing will happen unless I say it. No one is as obsessed with Hiroshi Tanahashi as I am. This is my ambition. I will not bend on the promise I've made to my own soul. I know it's still not enough. I'll make sure I'm good enough so I don't do anything disrespectful. New Japan Pro Wrestling hold back on the one-on-one match between me and Hiroshi Tanahashi. I'll keep fighting for my own soul. I am a professional wrestler. Again, this is a direct translation from Japanese. So if it doesn't make sense, it's not my fault.
Oh, Lordy. Yeah, I love Nakashima. I think that would be great, especially after seeing him at Royal Quest recently. Frick yeah. Let's do it. Bring him back. Bring back Young Blood. Put him in World Tag League.
Young Blood. We're gonna jump over to North America and the Japanese, we're gonna jump over to Canada, even though it's regarding New Japan Pro Wrestling. Maple Leaf Pro this past weekend featured in IWGP World or IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship match. Almost said IWGP World Title match. Zack Sabre Jr. was not there.
Oh, nay.
Yeah, and it featured he was actually in England. for Royal Quest, which we'll
Mhm.
talk about in a minute here. We have the Jet Setters, the champions Kushida and Kevin Knight, taking on
Mhm.
Brent Banks and Johnny Swinger versus Aiden Prince and L former PWA alum, Pro Wrestling Alliance alum El Reverso. I remember him from the
Mhm.
PWA days. Versus the Rogue Squadron, the Mocha Skinned Manimal, Rohit Raju, and Sheldon Jean. That is the greatest name for anybody ever. Is the Mocha Skinned Manimal.
I couldn't even with him too. He was like a crazed squirrel.
He was so good. I just want to go through a couple spots I highlighted in this one. El
Yeah, yeah.
Verso and Aiden Prince hit Chasing the Dragon, which is a Red Dragon's former finisher, which is that kick to the head brainbuster combo. I was like, yeah, like that. I thought Sheldon Jean was really impressive. He kind of gave me uh, Swerve Strickland crossed with Kevin Knight vibes.
I could see that, yeah.
Yeah, that's what he kind of vibes he gave me. Um, the,
Vibes.
there's a Tower of Doom spot trying to happen, and then the Rogue Squadron comes in, just low blowing everyone. They go up to do a superplex, superplex Swinger off the top, and Swinger low blows them both. Or he low blows them, then he climbs up to do a crossbody, but one of them falls into the ropes, and Swinger falls down, crotching himself on the top rope. Everybody got low blowed, and it was absolute perfection.
It was like Dick
Uh,
Togo was there in spirit.
yeah. So we go to the finish of this match. Prince is in with hard chops tonight, but it's a backflip, this backflip kick dropping Knight. Knight jumps over the double team and takes him out, takes of the double team. Intergalactic Jet Setters hit dual baseball slides to the outside. Knight hits a springboard dive onto the group on the floor, but Swinger in the ring catches Kushida and rolls him up for two. Kushida follows up with the cartwheel dropkick to Swinger, and Knight and Kushida hit their new finisher, Perfect Timing, which is a frog splash variation on the Motor City Machine Gun Skull and Bones move, which is a frog splash off the top in with the neck breaker combo. And they get the win, retaining the IWGP Tag Team Championships. I really didn't see this title changing here.
No, no. But wow, was it some fun entertainment to think that it could potentially happen? Especially with like Reverso and Prince. They, I felt, worked very, very well together. Like it's very obvious that Rogue Squadron, very, very established tag team, they worked very, very well together. There was one point where what was his name? The mocha skinned Mansoor? What you said?
Mocha Skinned Manimal.
Manimal. Manimal, right? Mansoor is the other one, the tip toucher that we don't like.
Hmm.
Manimal. Okay. What a word. There was one point where he was like on the top turnbuckle, kind of like beacon orders at his partner, and everything was just kind of flowing into plan really nicely. It was a very interesting dynamic between the two of them. It was really funny to see the dynamic between Banks and Swinger. It seemed like an oddball pairing that had the like serendipitous moments of working out. It was just very odd, and it made for a very interesting and cohesive tag team match, which was like never at any point to me as a viewer felt like it fell into some unstable chaos.
Yep. I just had a lot of fun with this match and this whole show.
Mm.
If you get a chance, go on the Triller. It's $30 US for both nights of the MLP show. It is so worth watching. I thought there were some really strong, good matches on there, and
Mhm.
featuring a lot of great
Mhm.
Canadian wrestlers on this show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That main event, both those main events. Oof, boy
Mm-hmm.
howdy.
Oh boy, howdy. And then we getting
Yeah.
over to Royal Quest, which we watched this past Sunday. I'm just gonna go through. We're only gonna go through like 3 or 4 of the matches here, but I had to highlight the return of Young Blood to New Japan Wrestling. to New Japan World, watch them wrestle again. Oscar Loibe and Yuto Nakashima defeating the team of the Greedy Souls, Brendan White and Danny Jones. I really had a good time watching this match and just seeing the evolution of Yuto Nakashima and Oscar Loibe there with both of their sets of tag team titles. Yeah.
Yes. I remember when they first came out. The
Mhm.
music was just so good. The look is just so good. Look at these boys on excursion, winning championships.
Yep.
Nakashima's hair is a little. It.
Awesome. I love his
He
hair.
looks like he put his finger in an electrical socket, but goodness, does it work? It
Mhm.
works so much with the personality. It works so much with the overall look. Because then you have that kind of like almost stoic 80s kind of Stallone vibe out of like Loibe that just kind of perfectly kind of balances the craziness of Yuno Nakashima. I am so excited to get these guys back. Please let them come back. Please
Mm.
don't. I mean, I want to see them successful all over the place, but like, please come back. We miss you.
Yeah. And this title, if you're wondering what those titles are they wearing, they have the PWH Tag Team Championships, which is for Pro Wrestling Holland.
Mhm.
Yes. And then the other tag team titles that they won just recently on October 6th is the WXW World Tag Team Championships, the West Side Extreme Wrestling titles
Yeah.
from Essen, Nordheim, Westfalen, Deutschland, Germany, essentially.
Cool. You rattled
Yeah.
that off better than I did Chris Brooks's faction name earlier. That's for sure.
Then we gotta highlight this because this completely affects the tournament we're about to start watching, which actually happened as we were recording this. The first show of the Super Junior Tag Leagues has happened today. I haven't watched it yet. I don't think Melball has. So we're gonna give you our picks for that tournament before we get off of here.
No, I was watching Marigold.
There you go. I guess I gotta watch that too because I was at work today, so I didn't get a chance to watch either.
Mhm.
We got Taiji Ishimori and X versus Joe Landau and Danny Black, and the X was true to his name because his tag team partner was revealed to be Rev Pro Wrestling's Robbie X, who just absolutely killed it, impressed the shit out of me, and I cannot wait to see the new Bullet Club X team here. I am ready for this, man. These two killed it
Oh,
together.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. This was a great match, but let's be honest, this was a one-man show. This was the
Mhm.
show off of look what this was Ishimori pretty much going, Will Smith, look what I have. The thing. Look what I got. Look what I brought. It's like show and tell at Royal Quest with Ishimori, and I loved it because holy frickin' shit. Like, I know I'd heard of this guy before, but I'd not seen him in this capacity. Holy shit. We got a good one.
We did.
Got a good faction growing over there with Bullet Club, I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah. I got to point this match out because I had such a good time watching this match. Kosei Fujita versus Michael Oku. And I thought these two just flowed so well together. Michael Oku Michael Oku the night before just won a number one contenders match to go again to try and win his Rev Pro British Undisputed Championship that he recently lost. I thought, being with that result the day before, this was definitely Oku's match to win. Kosei Fujita beat him with a sneaky little Zack Sabre Jr. style roll up.
And he's learning from the master. He was what's the word? As Mark would say, he was cheeky. He's a cheeky little bastard. Cheeky little dickhead. Cheeky little spicy boy. Yes, he was. It was great. Yeah, I agree. I felt they flowed very, very well together. The styles worked so well. The crowd was they had the crowd in the palm of their hands.
Yep.
Yeah, great match. Great match.
yeah, some quick results here before we get to the last few matches. Azumi and Danny Luna defeating Kanji and Mina Shirakawa, with Danny Luna hitting her finisher on Mina Shirakawa to pin her to essentially set up the rematch between the two of them for the Rev Pro British
Mhm.
Undisputed Women's Championship. You have
Mhm.
Yota Tsuji defeating Drilla Maloney, and it was a really good match with Drilla really being able to step up and stand up to Yota Tsuji here.
Mhm. Mhm. I love this match. It was what I called the romance novel cover match.
Both of them looking
It's
back
pick-
at you.
yeah.
And in a match that it was fine. But I don't think either man really shone in this match. Shota Umino versus defeating Callum Newman, and Umino getting booed here. Like, just,
Yeah.
yeah, he is not loved. And even Newman not getting even though he's going up against a guy who's getting booed like crazy, not getting the greatest reaction out of the crowd either. And he's
I
homegrown.
also don't. Well, and that was the point I was just going to say. I don't know how well known Newman was before leaving,
Well done.
and the Ukraine crowd are very, very passionate, more so than I would say the Philadelphia crowd and us here. In that if they don't like you even the slightest little bit, they're not going to give you anything.
Mhm.
So I don't like. I did find the crowd dynamic a little off in this, and it did kind of have some impact on how I enjoyed the match as well. Because yeah, it didn't feel like we know that Callum Newman is a freaking prime cut athlete. We know that Shota Umino is cut from the same, slab of meat. I don't know what happened with this one. It just didn't hit that next level for me.
Well, to the Umino point, I think he's just run his course in the current character he's in. I think the character needs
Yes.
to. That's a big part of Umino's issue. Is his character needs a complete reset. He needs to figure out
Mhm.
what the hell he's got to do here, because
Mhm.
something's wrong with Shota Umino, and even the Japanese crowds aren't having any of them right now. They were booing the crap out of him at the end of King of Pro Wrestling there. So.
He knows what he needs to do. He needs to kick somebody out of House of Torture because it's getting a little big. He needs to take over someone in House of Torture.
Please God,
Because
no.
something about House of Torture enables these guys to find their personalities. Look at Jack Perry. Look at Red Narita. We had the saltless soda-free, saltless soda-free, salt-free soda crackers. There we go. Get it out, Melball. These guys had no personality. They're so dry. And then they got into House of Torture, and now look at Jack Perry.
Mhm.
He's having incredible matches on AEW. He's doing great promo work. He can talk. He's not a little puss anymore. Red Narita. I didn't think it was possible for someone to work with Minoru Suzuki and not seem like they gained anything out of it. And then along came Red Narita. And then he hooks up with House of Torture, and now look at him. World TV champion.
Ouch. That sounds like it hurts.
Saying,
Then Taka Michinoku came out for his match with David Finlay, but Finlay said, "Nah, you have to fight Gato first." And he fought Gato. He beat him in 2 minutes and 15 seconds. And then David Finlay came in, clobbered the shit out of Taka Michinoku, finished him with overkill in 1 minute and 14 seconds. And then David Finlay just told the crowd to fuck off at the end.
he was really trying to get that cheap heel
Mhm.
thing. And I think this was the first time that I've noticed it in a long time. Because, like, when he first started doing the heel stuff, you could see there was some conflict. This was the first time in a long time that I saw that conflict again because you knew the crowd loved him and he
Mhm.
knew the crowd loved him. But he couldn't cater to the crowd because he's the war dog leader. He has to be a dick. So you could actively see this like conflict in him where he's just wanting to just go in with the crowd because you could tell the crowd would absolutely accept him, dickiness and all.
Well,
But
again,
he was trying not to cater.
they are in England, but he is his family is Irish heritage, so like he's not one of them, but he's one of them to them kind of deal. So like, even though he is he's just technically American, born to an Irishman. They still claim the UK claims him as their own. So like, yeah, I could see why they wanted him, but yeah. And then finally, before we get
interesting.
Finally, before we get to the last two matches here, LIJ's Hiromu Takahashi, Tetsuya Naito, and Titan defeating Mascara Dorada and TMDK's Robbie Eagles in Rio Heiwa.
Yeah, this was a fun match, but again, and one that kind of like it did take a while for me to kind of get into. I don't know what it was because again, all of the talents in here, incredible talents, but it did take me a while to kind of get invested in this one.
Yeah, this one, yeah, that one never really got me. Tell you the truth.
Naito's been hard to It's been hard for Naito to catch your attention. Like it has been hard because he even since he dropped the title and then won it back, it's kind of been like wonk wonk for him right now. It's a little concerning.
Yeah. And your semi-main event of the evening for the NJPW Strong Openweight Tag Team Championships is TMDK's Mikey Nichols and Shane Hayes defeating Hiroshi Tanahashi and Tomohiro Ishii with the Super Tank Buster to retain their championships. Yes, I know the photo's kind of dark. The venue was not super well lit. It was just enough for the TV cameras, but some of the photos did not come out very well.
No. I mean, some of the WWE ones back in the day were the same, so I get it. Great match. Great match. All things considered, like I always get concerned when I see Ishii and Tana coming in because I know they've worked together for so long, but sometimes when you work together so often, you can end up with that kind of like plateau where your matches just they are here. There's no blip up, there's no blip down, they're just across the board, and it's not fun, but it's not fun. It's just kind of there. This match, whenever TMDK is involved in something, you know it's going to be exciting, especially when you have Shane Haste. I really enjoyed this match. They made this a lot of fun. Good ending. Good ending. I mean, I think we knew that was how it was going to end, though.
I was slightly worried after the announcement of the retirement that they might take titles there, so I was slightly worried. And your main event of the evening was Zack Sabre Jr. defending his IWGP World Heavyweight Championship successfully against Mr. Sonata. So retaining that championship in what was actually one of Sonata's best matches I've watched in a long while.
Yeah. And I was mentioning it to you as we were watching it because we watched it together along with our friend Andreas. It appears that Sonata's source of charisma right now when he is a face comes from the animosity of the crowd. He was responding very, very well to the booing and the noise making of the crowd because the crowd was not behind him at all. I don't think I heard any kind of cheers for him. The crowd was solidly and obviously behind Zack Sabre Jr. And he really did play off of it. And I think we got some of the personality that we've been missing out of Sonata since his departure from LIJ to form Just Five Guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the match though overall. Holy hecky crap. I mean, the power of Sonata versus that just technical wizardry of Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah.
So good.
And then 4 matches have been announced coming out of this show. First for Power Struggle. And this, I look forward to seeing this match, but it makes me sad for Wrestle Kingdom. It's Zack Sabre Jr. defending his championship against Shingo Takagi at Power Struggle. So this means who's left for Wrestle Kingdom out of the challengers?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Unless they're facing off Unless it's him versus Umino on the World Tag League final night, which I doubt it's going to be, or at Strong Style Evolved. Yeah, it's the only one left is Umino at Wrestle Kingdom. And I'm like, no, it should be Umino here and Takagi at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah. I'm Gato. Gato. Is it because we insult your shoes that you're failing us like this? Come on now. Don't do
So,
this to us.
yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Damn it, Andre. I am very concerned. Because,
And
yeah,
then
this is
back,
going to be a great match, but I am concerned about what the implications mean after.
yeah, and then for back here in America for the show in Lowell, Massachusetts, Strong Style Evolved, we have a 4-way match: Anna Jay versus Hazuki versus Koguma versus Trishadora, and this is where I said 2 of the members of the Goddess Tag League are leaving right in the middle of the tournament to go to America to wrestle right in the middle of their tournament on a weekend when there's tournament matches on. Hazuki and Koguma won't even be in the country. Stardom. It's interesting company.
Fucking Okada of the non-Kazuchika kind.
Yeah, but this match will be fire though.
Oh, frick yeah, absolutely, 100%. I mean, Anna Jay had the what we can refer to as the Megan Bain makeover. When she went over to Stardom, she came back suddenly ready and willing to cut promos more often. She came back way more crisp in ring. Like, she's come back like a step up. And Trish Dora is just so good. So good. We've seen her before. I believe it was against Julia, wasn't it? For the Strong Women's title?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah,
looking
she
for
was.
confirmation. Yeah.
She was, and then she
So
did
yeah,
wrestle, and she wrestled in that tag match against Mina and Viva Van.
yeah. So like, all 4 of these women have experience with this style. This is going to be a fire match. What I'm interested in is the implications that can come out of the results of this. If Anna Jay wins, I believe that is she involved in a storyline on AEW right now? I know she's been on AEW, but like,
She's currently the number 1 contender to Mariah May's AEW Women's World Championship. She just beat Mariah May at Battle of the Belts last weekend to get a shot at her World Championship.
I'm sorry, is this show is obviously after that or before?
I assume so. I don't know when that match is going to take place, but she beat
Okay.
Mariah May this last weekend she beat her in a title eliminator match to get a shot at the Women's World Championship. I don't know when it's happening, but yeah.
So that being said, even though I think she deserves it, that probably kind of means Anna Jay is maybe not winning this match because that would put her in 2 feuds with 2 people on AEW. And I feel like Mercedes is kind of struggling with hold on, it'll come to me. Chris Statlander?
Yes.
Yeah. I know that it's a different company and everything, but Mercedes does carry the title on AEW. She does showcase it on the show. So I assume that you can also get contendership on there. So I feel like that might be a little too mixy-mashy of the stories. And let's be honest, AEW has a lot of problems focusing on one thing or another. Let's not confuse them.
The only
That
problem I
being
have with that is the fact that the ending of the Goddess of Stardom Tag League is right at the same time as Fighting Spirit Unleashed. Literally, are happening on the same days. So Hazuki and Koguma are probably going to be in Japan. So it's either going to be Anna Jay or Trish Dora, in my opinion, winning this to go face her at Fighting Spirit Unleashed or at Strong Style Evolved.
See that? I don't feel like that would make sense. That would have a really big kind of meshy, twisty potential for matting implications on there. We don't need AEW getting confused. They can barely keep some of the stuff that they're doing straight as it is. That being said, though, I would actually really love to see Trish Adora challenge for the title again because I feel like the attitude that the two, like Trish and Mercedes, could give back and forth with each other could be something fun to mix with. And Trish Adora does have a manager, doesn't she? I think I've seen her come down with somebody before. Like for her match with Julia, didn't she have someone in her corner?
Oh, I can't remember her team. She's part of the infantry.
Yeah, so she has a team that she could bring along with her to kind of counteract the Camille thing. I think if done properly, who's that guy? RJ City?
Yep.
Yeah, if done properly by that guy, I feel like they could actually have a really good continuity kind of battle with that.
So I am wrong. I was wrong.
Oh, the
The
what?
Strong Style Evolved is actually on the 15th of December, not on the 8th. So Hazuki and Koguma, while
Okay.
there is a Stardom shows that weekend, one of them could win and come over and do that match, which I would much prefer. Not that Joshidora or NJ would be great. I want to see Koguma versus Mercedes Monet.
I If we had to choose between one of Hazuki or Koguma, I feel like Koguma could be a fun little thing with her, Koguma, Koguma. But I feel like Hazuki would be a combo breaker of like Stephanie Vacquier and Julia to Mercedes.
Hmm?
And I feel like it would match Mercedes's current savagery and the kind of like mean girl mentality that she's kind of having. To have that kind of clash would actually be interesting, especially with someone like Hazuki who doesn't do a lot of talking. She
Hmm.
kind of lets her actions kind of speak for her. So I think that would be an interesting kind of view. But like I said, I think I would rather see the Trisha Dora kind of thing just because it would get more people involved. And because Trisha's already in North America, it would be a lot easier for them to cut promos and show up and interact with each other. And a lot easier on the wrestlers also if they're on the country. I can't imagine how exhausting it must have been for Mina to go back and forth, just doing stupid run-ins for a freaking weekend.
I don't know. On a random Wednesday, just does a run in Edmonton on a random Wednesday. It's back in Japan for Saturday to wrestle. That's insanity. And have wrestled all weekend. Fly to Edmonton for a run in. Doesn't even work in ROH taping. Goddamn Tony Khan. And then flies back to Japan the next day. That is just stupid.
Yeah, and to make it make sense. And like, let the wrestlers get some rest.
And then
Oh,
announced at
this is
Royal
gonna be good.
Quest. James Drake and Zach Gibson did put up the challenge to whoever won that championship match, and it will be Mikey Nichols and Shane Hayes defending their strong openweight tag team championships against James Drake and Jack Gibson, the grizzled young veterans. Let's go. This match is going to be fire.
Remember, because the production was kind of garbage for Royal Quest, and they were cutting their promo. And which one's which? Which is the bald one? Is that Drake?
Zach Gibson is bald.
Okay, Gibson.
Yeah.
You couldn't understand a goddamn word that was coming out of his mouth. And for Drake, it was
Yep.
every other word. I would be like, oh, we're piecing together a sentence, playing charades right now.
You ended up
Not,
you pulled it up on Twitter after we listened to it.
yeah, yeah, and even still, we still couldn't under fucking stand it.
Well, you couldn't. I could. It's just they're speaking
I
English.
couldn't understand Gibson. I could understand Drake.
And then finally, the last of the three matches announced. We're getting a 2 out of 3 falls tag team match. It's Dirty Work, Fred Rosser, and Tom Lawler. It's the West Coast Wrecking Crew, Jarrell Nelson, and our favorite, Royce Isaacs. Bring him back
Nice
to
is bald
LPW.
spot.
Yes.
No, bring the team.
You don't like Nelson, though.
I mean, West Coast Wrecking Crew kind of tag champions, aren't they? They're tag champion material.
Ooh. But let's have them face Paralira.
Oh, that would be a killer match. Oh, that would be so
Book it,
good.
Spencer. Book it, Spencer. Paralera. West Coast Wrecking Crew. Let's
Oh
go.
my god.
2025.
That would be actually incredible because the temperaments and the attitudes of all four of those guys. Oh, oh, the fucking shit that would come out of there. Oh, the fucking shit that wouldn't. Oh my god, that'd be funny.
Okay, so neither of us have watched any World Tag League yet, or Super Junior Tag League yet. So we're gonna make picks for our choices for the each block and our winners of the tournament. Who's your pick in the A block?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt, Connors and Maloney.
No, it's TMDK, Eagles and Fujita. Let's go.
I love Eagles and Fujita, but man, yeah, my heart wants War Dogs to stay on the dominant upswing right now. I feel like Cozy Fujita and Robbie Eagles, they're not only going to win the hearts, they are going to do very well in this tournament. But I need the War Dogs to ensure that they're, especially without the tag titles right now, I need their dominance to stay unquestioned.
Although I think the ultimate upset for A block would be the Skate Bums to win this block.
Oh my God, don't even talk like that shit because knowing our luck, it would happen. The hip of torture, did you see that?
Dude, that was amazing. I watched it. You sent it to me, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is so good." Tip of torture, but they are the Skate
Would
Bums,
be
so.
They are. It'd be the only House of Torture merch I would ever purchase.
And then B block, who's your pick?
Oh. Okay, so here's the thing. My heart is saying Ishimori and Robbie X
Okay.
because yeah, but this is going to be Robbie X's initial first ever tournament day. And they never give first tournament wins to people anymore. So I'm actually going to go with the obvious pick on this one, Catch 2-2, TJP, Francesco Akira. I just feel like the way that they work together so much, it's going to be a deciding factor in this.
I'm going with your heart. I'm going with Bullet Club X, baby. Let's go. Bullet Club X for the win in B block. So you've got the War Dogs versus Catch 2-2 in the finals. Who faces Knight and Kushida at Wrestle Kingdom?
This pains me to say, but I want to see Catch 2-2.
All
I want
right.
to see Catch 2-2 and Jet Setters run it back. I know we've seen them run it back a few times, but I would like to see it with TJP's new character that I forget. Yes, that one. I was going to say that I forget the name of right now.
And I'm fairly sure you know where I'm going. TMDK for the tournament win, baby.
You mentioned that, yeah. You might have mentioned that.
I'd pick a TMDK to beat Bullet Club X in the finals, and Kosa Fujita, Robbie Eagles go to Wrestle Kingdom, and Fujita gets his first championship, and everything is happy. Everything is happy. Just everything is very, very, very happy.
Oh, you're ridiculous.
Oh, I love the Lego movie. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. Japanese wrestling is over. We're leaving, but before we leave, we're gonna say stuff about ourselves.
Okie dokie, jokey.
You can find me on the X at That Canada, TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at That Canada. You can find me on Facebook at Andre Melball Wrestling Talk, and our YouTube page where you can find us covering all the local and Japanese professional wrestling that we have a chance to record about. Over there, youtube.com/at Andre and Melball Wrestling Talk. Also get simulcast over on Backbreaker Video. You can find us also A Plus Productions on Facebook and aplusproductions.com. If you want to hear us in audio form, Japanese Wrestling Update is up there in audio form, along with all our Japanese wrestling shows that we put out over at Andre and Melball Wrestling Talk. aplusproductions.com. You got your A Plus Sports feed, your A Plus Entertainment feed, and the A Plus Wrestling feed. It has been down the last couple of weeks as Boris had a bad injury. He was in the hospital for a while. So we had issues getting stuff going up there. But it's back on track. The Sunday show, Japanese Wrestling Update, will be up there this weekend. The Sunday show is out, which will feature me on the round table, and maybe Melball if she wants to show up. It's up to her. But yeah, if you want. And then you can also find me on our local establishment right here every Wednesday doing Marvel Talk, and I'll be back this coming Wednesday for the final 2 episodes of Agatha All Along. The final 2 episodes, episodes 8 and 9, will be coming out this coming Wednesday on October 30th. I cannot wait. The series has been awesome. I've only missed 1 episode of Marvel Talk this year, and I thought I was going to end up missing more for this series, but I only missed 1. Thank Christ. But I was at Bowling for Soup. Screw you, Ed. Love you, Ed. So you can find me over there at on Marvel Talk with my boy Ed, talking AFL all along, and then we'll be back a couple weeks later. We'll be back. MCU Rebound will be coming back to talk about more stuff there at the MCU Rebound as we jump to Civil War when we come back in a few weeks with the MCU Rebound. And quick shout out to our boy Mike the Ref, youtube.com/backburger video where you simulcast all mine and Melball stuff, along with Astro Bizarro stuff over there too. So go check that out. youtube.com/backbreaker video. Melball, where can they find you?
If you're wanting to follow a Melball, you can follow her on the X thing at Collins Melball. You can follow her on everything else: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, and Blue Sky at Melball Collins. You can also find me on this show, as Andre mentioned, on OL League every Friday at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. Unless it's not, and we'll let you know on social media. Next week we're going to be live. Next week we're actually going to be live, right? Scary. 8 p.m. Friday, Mountain Time.
I plan for
I
that
think.
to happen.
Andre looks confused.
I'm planning for that to happen. I'm planning for it to happen, so I don't know.
I'm sure it will. Because the week after will be the Vince Austin show at RCW at the Norwood Legion. So we will see you here live and responsive to the chat. And
Bobby Stats.
next, Bobby Stats and Diane. Anyway, you can also find me on Astro Bizarro's YouTube channel where we do our show, Ladies Wrestling Showcase. We are hoping to get a guest lined up. We weren't able to do it this week, but we will hopefully be able to do it next week to talk about the PWI issue recently released in regards to the ladies. So stay tuned to our socials to see when that is coming out next. If you're wanting to watch any of the wrestling that we talked about today, we will leave the links in the description box below to stardom-world.com, NJPWworld.com, and wrestle-universe.com. Wrestle-universe and stardom-world are both approximately 10 Canadian. Shout out Sean Spiz. And it's an amazing price to watch some amazing professional wrestling, especially Wrestle Universe, where you get access to 8 different Japanese organizations, including Noah, DDT, Marigold, and I was trying to remember the Japan. Hey, it's the Alex. I'm trying to remember the Tokyo Japan. Is that the one?
Tokyo Joshi Pro.
Tokyo Joshi Pro. That's the
Tokyo
one.
Joshi
Yes,
Pro.
because
Which I can't remember who. There's one of the female wrestlers who has been here this year for LPW is going to be there. Shazza McKenzie is going to Tokyo Joshi Pro in the next month as well.
Yes. Congratulations to her. I love her. It's going to be a great opportunity. So that's where, what is her name? Yamashita is. Yamashita. Anyway.
Yeah.
So sister company to DDT. Anyway, we're getting off track. Yeah, Wrestle Universe. 8 different companies. Go check it out. NJPWworld.com is approximately 14 Canadian. But if you're wanting to check out any of the matches to see if it's worth the plunge, check out their World TV Title Championship matches, which are all 100% free on their website, which includes the title reign of Jeff Cobb and Zack Sabre Jr. You can also see Matt Riddle in there if you want, if that's your thing.
And Hiroshi Tanahashi.
He was in there too. Anyway, Andre, my trusted friend and colleague, Anything else to say to the beautiful people?
I just want to say thank y'all, whether you're watching on YouTube and Twitch live. Thank you so very much. Please give us a follow on the Twitch. You can subscribe to us and support us if you choose to. You do not have to. And if you're watching in the post on YouTube, thank you all so much. If you're watching live on YouTube, thank you so much. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. Don't forget to share us with your friends, family, and all the kooky little kooky people that exist in this world. And don't forget to hit that notification bell to be alerted every time we drop a new video.
Ding dong.
Kooky. And also, if you're listening on A Plus Production, thank you so very much for hearing us, for listening to us in on A Plus Productions. Thank you so very much. And check out all the feeds for A Plus Production, aplusproduction.com, and the Facebook page to join in the chat over there.
And that being said, I am your Mel. Over there is Andre. We will see you next time.